Hello everyone. Many girls face a common challenge. They like a guy, but they don't know how to make him fall in love with them. In this video, you will discover several effective ways on how to make a guy fall in love with you. Show him that you respect and admire him. A man wants a woman who just gets him. He wants her radiance and femininity to draw him in the way his masculine energy attracts her. He wants a woman who appreciates his ability to protect, provide, and solve problems. He wants her to admire him for his steadiness and sense of calm under pressure. He doesn't want to feel emasculated because he's way more logical and analytical and doesn't, necessarily, cry at sappy movies. In short, he wants a woman who sees him as the hero he's always wanted to be, and when you really get that, you just might be shocked at how heroic he truly is in his heart and soul. Ladies, that is the real greatness of a man. For the right reason or cause, he would literally die for you. Show him gratitude. A man has two primary gifts he can offer a woman: his ability to protect and provide. So if he is willing to risk his life to protect yours, and invest his time, talent, and treasure in order to provide for you, all he really wants is a little gratitude in return. Men like women who can appreciate that he works hard to take care of you even if he can't give you everything he'd like. That's really not a lot to ask. So if you want a guy to see the very best in you, and fall hopelessly in love, the one thing you can't do is take him for granted or disrespect his efforts. Don't try to change him. Now when it comes to getting your man, there is one thing you must not do if you want a man to love you and see a future with you. Do not treat him like some kind of project that needs to be fixed because it immediately brings up the walls. If you have the urge to try to change his clothes, his circle of friends, the way he talks, what he loves to do, don't do it. Just move on, and find someone you can respect and appreciate just the way he is right now. If he wants your help, he'll ask for it. The right guy for you deserves to feel like he's your hero. If you can't offer that, he's not your guy. Always have his back. When it comes to true demonstrations of masculine energy, and the code it lives by, the concept of honor is practically inseparable from the ideal. Whether it's warriors on the battlefield or symbolic warriors on the playing field, having your partner's back is the difference between winning and losing, or even life and death. A man has got to trust that you're on his team and have his back, otherwise, he will never commit. Genuinely care for him. If it's up to a man to protect and provide for his woman and family, what is it that he wants and needs from her in return? Simply put, a woman's beauty and grace attract a man, and are often demonstrated in her innate ability as a nurturer or caretaker. Now, before you attack that idea as sexist, we're really just talking about two people who come together to love, care for, and make each other's life even better by forming a cooperative partnership here. The real beauty of a relationship is when two people come together with a desire to give rather than just take. That's when the magic is unleashed. Be optimistic, and allow yourself to love, and be loved in return. Despite what you may think or your past experience, you may never know just how much a man really does want to please you if he is able. In fact, the problems show up when he no longer thinks he can please you. Men are very simple creatures. They demonstrate their value by solving problems and fixing things, and occasionally they may make the mistake of trying to fix you. Plus, nothing makes a man feel worse than to feel stuck in a problem he just can't solve, so if you're unhappy too often, at some level, he's failed, and he will try to distance himself from feeling like a failure. By contrast, nothing makes a man feel successful like you when you are happy, which is why a positive, happy, and radiant woman with a sense of humor is so appealing. Use open body language around him. Research reveals that open body language makes you more attractive and desirable to others. This means that you should lean towards him, refrain from crossing your arms or otherwise closing your body off, and make sure your chest is facing him. These nonverbal cues are scientifically proven to increase his feelings of attraction toward you. Don't smother him. If there is one area I see women mess up time and again, it's in trying to define a relationship or tie a man down too soon. That's because her need to feel safe is in direct contrast to his innate desire for freedom and not being tied down. If you think about it, every soldier anywhere who has ever been killed in action has died trying to defend their idea of freedom. When you realize that simple fact, you'll understand and why he'll feel reluctant to just give it away, but don't worry. The good news is he will trade his freedom for something better, so just be better, and don't try to force him into a decision too soon. Use psychology to get his attention, and keep it. An iconic study found that prolonged eye contact increases the likelihood that two people will fall in love, so make sure to show him that you're completely captivated by, and genuinely interested in him by holding eye contact, and watch him fall in love literally right before your eyes. Allow yourself to be vulnerable with him. If he doesn't know that you're interested in him, he'll be less likely to feel safe in reciprocating those feelings. Vulnerability is key to a good relationship, and true love, and makes you feel emotionally closer. When you really get what I've just shared, and exude these traits, you will officially be in your man's head, and in his heart as well. That's because he will notice all the logical benefits of your wonderful traits right about the time his heart opens, and emotion slowly enters the equation. Oh, and there's one other thing that gets a man to act in the captivation stage: his competitive nature won't tolerate losing the greatest woman he's ever met to another man. That's all. I hope these methods will be helpful to you. Please write about which method you liked, and which one you use.